Previously on the Apprentice Asia.
For your next task, I'm going to ask you to come up with a promotional campaign.
While Ninku was determined to make up for her past mistakes,
I would like to step up to be project manager on this task.
Andrea was outnumbered as the rose amongst the thorns.
What if it's just really a woman with a really stylish dress?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, something like that. Boom.
No, this is what guys would do, but a woman would never do this.
It's just to convey the word designer.
At their promotional campaign for Nescafe Dolce Gusto, Team Apex struggled to work with their products.
You know what's that? Maybe the capsule. Then you could change. Could I taste an espresso, please?
I'm making for somebody else, just that the other lady has been waiting, sorry.
And a major oversight from Team Mavericks
We have a bit of a problem, as you can clearly see there. That's not our brand.
turned the team against each other in the boardroom.
I pointed out to Andrea that we need to get the Bachi chocolates.
This was said after the mistake was pointed out by the executives.
So who's telling me the truth?
However, it was Team Apex that lost a second time in a row,
Nestle chose Team Mavericks as the winner.
causing Ninku to question her own leadership.
So while I'd love to be your apprentice, maybe I'm not ready for it.
No. I don't want quitters at this point.
In the bottom three, Ninku came back fighting with Selena as an ally.
I believe our major downfall was product knowledge, which I think Diane would be most responsible for.
Diane is very reserved, and we absolutely need everyone's energy.
But in the end,
I've heard enough.
it was too little, too late.
I've decided, Ninku, you're fired.
Good morning, teams.
Good morning, Mark.
Unfortunately, Tony is unable to be with us today for this task delivery. However, he will be addressing you shortly. Before we proceed, Diane,
Yes?
Sam, and Alexis,
Yes.
we're going to swap teams. Diane, please join Team Mavericks, and gentlemen, please join Team Apex.
I knew there was definitely going to be a team mix-up. I fully accept that they had to divide the strong players between two teams. So, yeah, Alex had to go. I obviously would have liked to work with him a little bit more, but I'm glad I've got Jonathan.
I was definitely looking forward to this. I like to see Alex and Sam at work. I think men, they're much more driven. They spend less time talking and go straight to the point, which is interesting.
Now, let's see what Tony has to say.
Good morning, everyone. You're here at the Singapore Freeport, a facility that helps make trading easy with Swiss precision and Singaporean safety. To be my apprentice, you need a high level of business acumen, and that includes managing risk and making sound investment decisions, often under tremendous pressure. Today, these qualities will be put to test when you trade using IG's online trading platform. IG is a FTSE 250 company and a world leader in CFD trading. Headquartered in London and located in 14 countries around the world, IG has over 38 years' experience in servicing financial derivative traders. Each month, more than 140,000 IG clients worldwide make millions of transactions on thousands of markets on their award-winning trading platform and apps. The team that acquires a larger profit will win, while the other team will see me back in the boardroom where one of you will be fired. And a word of caution, reckless investments could end your team losing its task, regardless of profit or performance. I will leave you in the good hands of Thomas Sabo, Head of Asia Pacific for IG, the world's #1 CFD provider, who will tell you what to do.
Morning, teams.
Good morning.
Today, you'll be given $20,000 US of virtual money. To win today's task, discipline is key. And I'm also going to introduce now Chris Weston, who's one of our institutional dealers, and Daryl Guppy, who will help you through today's task.
Teams, this is a very challenging task. Good luck.
Thank you,
Kat.
Okay,
so
guys.
this is it.
Each team has to split into 2 sub-teams, one to do with the actual trading on the platform, and another 2 people to do market research and analysis.
I think I want to nominate myself as a project manager. I've got some experience in stocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was the most knowledgeable person in our team. I was comfortable with technical analysis, comfortable with economics and accounting and finance, and so I thought this is my turn.
We definitely need to be part of the technical team.
Yeah.
I was thinking the girls could do the market research, Dion with her broadcast, myself, just general stuff.
Yeah.
As part of the market research team, we had to do a 60-second broadcast video for the trading team. And I'm very concerned because this is not an area I'm familiar with, and it does require a lot of technical knowledge. I'm really hoping this is not the task that breaks my streak.
3, 2, 1. Team Mavericks!
So, who feels like, is anybody here wants to be a project manager on this task?
Everyone knew this task was a very dangerous task to be a project manager in, because nobody knew about the stock market or the investment game. So everyone was like, who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? I can be project manager. I have a rough understanding of the financial markets. I've done a little bit of stock trading before.
Anybody else has experience here?
I just had a basic, study about it, but I've never applied it. I think Sam would be more comfortable in understanding the whole concept.
So in terms of teams?
Yeah, I honestly am a little bit more on the technical side.
Okay.
I'm more analytical. Yes.
Yeah. I would personally want to be with the
decision making.
Yeah, in terms of decision making. I wanted to be a part of the trading team because ultimately that's where the rubber meets the road.
Would you think maybe because you have the whole concept of everything, would you think you would be able to ask the right questions if you go out there?
I felt that it's better for us to split the people with experience in trading, suggesting that perhaps Sam should go to the research team. He could contribute more in that team because he needs to ask the correct questions.
And if you want to still control the decisions, you can still make phone calls and make sure that,
Yeah, you can always ask us the right questions as well, based on our interpretation. Agreed, everyone?
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Awesome, guys.
Let's attack. 1, 2, 3.
Team Mavericks!
As part of the market research team, we had to meet up with Sean, precious metal expert.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Selena.
I'm Sean.
Good to meet you, sir.
Sam, nice to meet you. Sean.
What's the volatility in this? Like, for example, a daily chart of gold.
Okay, it's not uncommon to see between 0.5 to 1.5 to 2% volatility for both metals.
Do you recommend us to invest more in silver or gold?
You have got only about 24 hours?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be looking at gold to gain some strength.
Okay.
Just for tonight.
Okay. Yeah. So the margins wise, where will I make the more margin, in gold or silver in 24 hours?
Sam comes across as very smart. His question was focused on his 24 hours task, and I was very impressed on his line of questioning.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So the first thing that the trading team did was to go for the training to get the general overview of IG products.
Good afternoon, teams.
Good afternoon.
Daryl.
This is where the hard work is really going to start, because this is trading essentials. And the first thing is that it is really about risk management. These are the basics. What's the probability of something going up or down? And if we're buying low and selling high, and it goes down, and we look at it and go, No good. You've lost.
Daryl is probably one of the foremost experts in the world. And I was really, really intimidated when he came in because he's probably the guru when it comes to trading.
This trend is likely to continue moving up.
Yeah. But Daryl, I assume that this happens on a long-term basis, or this can also be happening on a daily, hourly basis as well?
A very good question. This, in fact, is a 5-minute chart.
Wow!
When Daryl Guppy stood up and showed us his techniques, the Daryl Guppy Championship techniques for trading, my eyeball just went, wow, this is cool. Wow. Wow. I was just like, let's go. Let's ride this baby.
We're now going to the Singapore Financial District to meet a money changer there, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about Forex.
We know is the euro is 13050 13070. It was 129 90 129, something like that.
Forex is something that's a little bit more complicated, to me at least. So I really was counting on him to explain it a little bit more.
When the market open, to go for sell.
When market open, go for sell.
Okay, that's great.
When the New York open, try to buy back.
I got the feeling they came away from that experience potentially a little more confused than when they got in there. It's going to be a challenge for them, and I'd be very interested to see, at the end of the day, how well they do out of it.
I almost got a whiplash out of that session, man.
Down to our last meeting with the expert, Chris Weston, I was a bit concerned because we have all this information. Which one shall we decipher? And Andrea was saying how, are you not afraid of sounding stupid? And I just told her, I'd much rather sound stupid to Chris than lose this task.
When we want to go for most profit is that when the trading starts and the market open, we have to go for sell. But that doesn't make any sense to us.
The products that we're offering are derivatives. Okay, so you place a deposit down to get exposure to an asset that you don't actually own. You are speculating on the price.
What we're seeing based on the information is a lot of the trading is done in terms of individual commodities, individual metals, that kind of thing. But indices, do we understand it correctly, would be kind of a basket of those things?
No, indices is an index of stocks. The Nikkei is the Japanese market. It's the 225 biggest companies in Japan, and they're aggregated together to have one platform.
The more we knew, the more apparent it was that all these pieces of information were not coming together. I started to get worried because we had to give recommendations to our trading team.
Okay, why don't you just go and stand there and I'll tell you if you're in it or not.
The task objective this week is to make as much virtual money as possible trading on the IG platform. Deanna and myself are the ones doing the market research for our team.
So we have to get the 60-second broadcast video ready for the trading team. And we've got so much information right now, saying so many different things. We're gonna have a hard time distilling everything down to exactly the news that we want to give to the boys.
We recommend to buy silver now as it is a strong product because of its high hourly volatility, low being 2.903.3, high being 2.935.7.
We recommend to buy now for silver and then remedy tomorrow on a trading day, or wait for the U.S. retail market announcement tonight on the automotive industry at 8:30 p.m. tonight, because silver will spike at night when U.S. market opens. You make the call. Only buy gold if silver dips too low as a safe buffer.
That was 1 minute?
That was it? I felt more that they could have done more content probably as far as suggesting other commodities. Honestly, right now, I think most of the information is coming from the website of IG rather than from our market research team.
That's cool. Okay, now let's go back to what they said just now.
Silver's not doing well. But you know what I would do? I would buy a lot of gold now. You want to buy?
I think we shouldn't do that. You know why? We just bring our stop loss up.
Okay, and then
up.
That's it? That's what...
Yeah.
I expected him that since he was the accountant guy, he would have known better than me, but I felt like I was the one trying to drive what decisions to make. It's 938.
Chris. Hello, how you going? Sam Rulford. See you again.
We had to meet Chris. For me, this was a really important meeting where we could get the maximum final information that would really determine what our plan of action would be.
Our strategy is to be more defensive than offensive, and especially because we have a short window. Our strategy is to go on gold, the US dollar versus the pound, for the next 24 hours.
If you're looking at a defensive strategy, then gold would be the one I would personally look at.
Our strategy is very simple. Go with the advice of what the experts say, back it up with research online, and then come up with a simple portfolio.
So think logically. What's going to have, if the US economy is improving, what's going to be the thing that goes up?
Talking about the US market, that was advised to us to invest rather in US dollars versus the pounds and the euros because it was more reliable for an overnight project. Yeah, 24-hour window.
I mean, it's a good question. Sam and Selena came at the challenge very well, actually, to be honest. They came to me with a strategy already in place with good insight. What happens in the next 24 hours, though, is something that you guys need to think about. I think the APAC's probably just got the upper hand at the moment. I think they've probably got the better platform to progress. Hopefully the technical team can benefit and that they can work together as one unit.
Hi. Based on the research we did today, number one is we want to do commodities, secondly is index, and third is the forex. Gold is one, oil is another one, and silver.
Great. In terms of forex, let's go with the US dollar. Let's trust our experts versus the pound and the euro.
So do the market survey plus technical data analysis equals to a trade. Buy low and sell high.
So let's take like point per point. So we already have the Dow Jones. So the gold and the silver, we already had like losses on that. So let's have a look at the oil.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What is happening?
Why is our low?
Whoa.
Why is our low?
Most of the information that we got from research data contradict completely with our technical data. Please go back up.
Let's follow the strategy. Let's say like,
okay,
that's our thing. As soon as it passed, boom. All right. We lost the Dow Jones.
We have been making losses for our previous 3 trading. We started to get really panicked.
It's going down. Like...
Hello, gentlemen and ladies. How are you going?
Hi.
How much money you lost?
Right now we lost...
So what's going up at the moment? What's moving strongly?
USD and Japanese yen.
Okay, what's the chart look like? Okay, so you entered in here?
We
went somewhere here.
Somewhere here. So why didn't you enter here? What about here? Here you've got a good volatility run taking place. What kept you out? The speed of decision's important. You can't sit there and say, yes, I should have sold 5 minutes ago. When we look at Team Apex and what they should be doing at the moment, they need to be more aggressive in getting into that trade when it's actually moving up, rather than seeing it move up, wait, and then get into it. So the entries are delayed.
We need to understand how to make a sell.
We just click the sell.
Okay. Sell first.
Hey, guys.
1, 2.
Hey,
oh my God.
When we walked in, it's absolute silence in the room. It was like a space pod, and the two of them are just so into the trading. They don't even know me and Dion have walked in. So I knew it had been a rough day at the office.
Gold is doing well too. Silver is now doing well. We should have bought this too.
Yeah.
Could have been 1,400 now. We're not making money right now. I mean, it's...
Immediately, my heart sank a little bit. I was very concerned. I'm not sure that Nash had any strategy at all.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
How's the trading?
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
The report from our market research team is that Wall Street will continue to go down up until tomorrow, and we're planning to sell for that.
Yeah, but how do we do
This is the only trade you're going to be leaving overnight, is it?
No,
we're looking at 5.
Okay.
Where do you say that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm interested, that's all. I'm not going to...
Oh, we just do sell, is it?
Yep, you click the sell button. There's certainly an element of panic that's going on around the room. They're worried about their strategy. In fact, when I actually said, you're holding these positions overnight, it threw a huge element of doubt, like they just lacked any kind of conviction behind those holdings at all. Whether that's a leadership issue, I mean, I couldn't tell you, but pressure now is getting to them. So good luck with the overnight session.
Thank you very much, Chris.
This one?
All right, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey, hi, guys.
Hi. Finally, we entered the room where our other teammates were waiting for us, and they were completely immersed in their numbers and their charts.
We went on gold, silver, went on Dow Jones, oil, all of them.
Down?
Yeah, so we waited first. When you gave us the information, go for it. Okay. The market was not. As soon as the trend showed that we were going, we went in and then...
I was a little bit shocked that they had already lost quite a lot of money. I think they reacted to every upside and every dipping in the graph. Theory of probability says that you will definitely lose money.
If you just give me 1 minute, no? I'll just run you through the whole thing. We're dealing only with gold, oil, and in terms of this, Dow Jones is constantly going up, and the US retail sales data is brilliant.
Sorry, just a second. Can we look at, Euro and USD?
Yeah, I'll explain this, and then we'll keep changing all of them one shot. One shot. Just give me 1 minute.
Sam insisted on getting us to understand their research process. I mean, we don't really need to know all of that because our job is to make the trading, and every minute counts. It's going down, obviously.
Correct,
this is Euro against USD.
So why are we not executing it? Let's execute it.
Okay, let me just do something quickly. We have 9.
I'll do the calculation because calculation is taking about 5 minutes. So that way we'll finish within 10 minutes and place the order.
As far as the weakest member in my team, I would think it is Nick. She comes from some sort of a financial background, but she was struggling with stop losses, the Excel sheet. So I would think she could have stepped up a little bit more.
I think this is gonna go up.
Yeah, it's trending really well.
Yeah. You wanna buy what?
Do big.
Because this is a 24-hour task, we know that we need to leave some positions open overnight, so we decided to leave the Nikkei, gold, silver, and light crude. We'll see what happens.
Okay, guys, we're done. This is a good day out for us. Give each other a high five. Come on. Come on, team.
We have no idea how the other team has also done. So I am just hoping that our $4,000 deficit is smaller than what they are going to incur.
So we still have 4,000 left to deal, is it?
Actually, we still have money because you know what? The funds is here.
Okay, let's go high, little high.
Yeah, but hold on a second.
Next 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left.
Yeah, but like the total of the losses is not taking into account in this.
Oh, 17,951.
It's too much.
Nick, she made a mistake, on calculation regarding those potential losses and those deposit margin. I felt like, that was her part.
This is Dow Jones. It's not looking very good.
That's strange because all the experts online and analysts kept saying and writing that it would go up. So basically...
Let's do, guys, take a call quickly. Let's go with crude. Let's go with crude.
Really?
Yeah.
At the moment on technical data is telling us to sell, but we have made the move to buy because we are confident with the data, all right?
Sure. Sam was pretty much reacting a bit emotionally on all the information that he got from the market, and he just wanted to buy straight away. He didn't listen to Nick and myself. He made some decision that we were against.
Okay, so basically, Sam, because we have agreed on having Euro versus USD open for 3 positions, US light crude open for 3 positions, and Wall Street open for 10 positions. Okay.
Come on, Dow Jones. All right. We had to leave our positions open overnight to continue trading tomorrow morning. I'm really hoping Sam has made the right decisions on the trades. We just have to trust it.
I'm just looking at the FT website for last minute.
This week, our task is to make as much virtual money as possible trading on the IG platform. So we're currently on our way to the airport. We're going to fly back to KL to meet with Mr. Fernandez. We've got half an hour left to trade and I'm really concerned. I hope we made some money on the overnight trades.
7, 8, 9, 10. We were around here last night when we were buying it.
Wow.
You make the call, but my suggestion here is we close it.
Yeah, I think we should
Only
close.
because of uncertainty until 5 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
Want to make the call to the girls now?
So we're done? You think?
We're done. We don't have any open positions anymore. Everything's down right now. Even the light crude is down.
Hello.
Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Here's the thing. We don't have any open positions right now. Everything has been closed.
Okay.
Even if we earned on light crude and on Japan, we lost on Wall Street and on gold and silver.
So overall, we started off with $20,000 of virtual money. At the close of trading, we made a loss, which is completely against the objective of the task. Really not good. Think we're gonna get shouted at in the boardroom. I'm really concerned.
Okay, bye. See you soon.
I'm just so uncomfortable. I get the conservative strategy, but I'm just so concerned that we're just saying, okay. Do you agree that we should stop?
We're still following the discipline, but I just felt like we've given up.
Let's make a phone call to these guys.
Oh, Sam.
Hello?
Hello, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Morning. Just to give you a summary of updates. Last night we had 3 positions open, right? 1 commodity, 1 forex, and 1 index. So for commodity oil, we are out of the market because we have hit the stop loss. So that's not in our open positions now.
Let's sell Dow Jones and close that position. And for the US dollar, let's hold on and, automatically at the end of the day, we'll close that position.
All right.
All right,
cool.
all right, cool. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
So at the end, we closed Wall Street with a profit and we left Euro USD open until the end of trading today, 5 p.m.
I think that my small victory was when we went with Dow Jones and they saw it going down and they were like, I don't think we should go with Dow Jones. And we both said, go with Dow Jones. And 5 minutes later, it started going up.
Did you know in those 5 minutes, we made $1,100?
Yeah. So the final numbers will come out later tonight.
The final numbers will come out only in the boardroom. Yeah. Oh, fingers crossed. I'm hoping, praying, fingers crossed, and looking forward to the boardroom to hear some good news. It's a mixed feeling, but I'm going to be very positive and think on the bright side.
So, Thomas, how did the contestants do?
Look, it's a tough task. They're trading essentially contracts of different products, multiple products on the platform. It's about employing a methodology, but also it's very important to adapt that methodology when the market characteristics change.
Well, good. Thanks for all your efforts in participating in this process and finding my apprentice.
Thank you, no problem at all. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Pleasure.
Mr. Fernandez is ready for you in the boardroom.
Evening.
Good evening, Mr. Fernandez.
So your task was to trade on the IG markets platform and acquire the largest profit from trading contracts of differences on the demo account. So let's start with Team Apex. Sam, you stepped up as the project manager, I presume.
Because I have a little bit of experience. I wouldn't claim I have too much experience in handling stocks.
You've been successful in investing?
No, unfortunately.
Selena, were you happy to see Sam and Alexis on your team?
Yes, I think they are
Sad to lose Deanne?
Of course. I mean, you
I don't believe you, but never mind. So how did you allocate the teams?
The allocation of the team was simple. Selena and I were to go to the market and find out data, talk to experts. Alex and Nick were meant to sit at the trading terminal and actually execute the orders.
Your decision, Sam?
Partly.
You just said that you had a little bit of trading.
Partly. I initially wanted to be at the end point where you actually click the enter button. But then the team also felt that I could ask the appropriate questions when we go to the experts. So I thought, I'd go with the team's idea.
Nick, you thought he was the right guy. Last time you pointed out that he was the right guy to do the viral video, but it was an unmitigated disaster. I would have worried.
Because I felt in our team, we have myself and Sam in this field. I felt that we could actually split it. I can be with Alexis and, we can balance it out.
Right, so whose call was it to make a trade?
At the end of the day, we're the make.
It's an important point. Yeah. Okay. So, Selena, do you have any experience with trading?
Just with Forex, sir. I play a little bit with a few $100s.
So it seems both of you have a little bit of experience in trading. And Alexis, have you had any?
Yeah, I studied graphs in college.
You studied graphs?
Yeah, so I mean,
that doesn't mean much on trading?
Yeah, it doesn't mean too much, and I've always said that.
I still think, personally, having looked at the roles, I would have put you as a trader. Trading team, did you follow the information that was given to you?
Yes.
That was a very in-line yes.
So pretty much, we are getting information from the market research team, and so we had to, validate through, different techniques. So
did you trust their research?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you need to trust your teammates. We were confident in their knowledge.
All right.
Once we got the first 9 informations, 8 out of 9 were completely like in a different direction.
8 out of the 9 pieces of information you got from your market research team was incorrect. Is that right?
Like the trend on the graph were not corresponding to...
right,
well,
so it's incorrect?
Yeah, so.
Okay. At the start of the trading, I was told that you played 7 positions in gold and silver. Do you think you played it conservative or risky?
After we have confirmed our strategy, we started to play a riskier game.
Was there panic in there? Were you losing a little bit?
No, we were actually not panicking at all because we cannot make any decisions based on emotional basis. So we were
That was a
calm
trick
and
question,
composure.
by the way, because you can't make bets.
Yeah.
Right? Well answered. Well, looks like some big decisions were made, and I think Sam actually probably should have been there at the beginning. Team Mavericks.
Yes, sir.
You're the project manager, obviously, from your response.
Yes, sir.
So, Nazrul, explain to me your financial background. I thought you were in sales and...
I mean, I also propose financial products to my clients as well. And I also have done my own trades, but that's predominantly in stocks.
In stocks. Okay, how did you allocate your team members?
It was pretty simple. Andrea has an analytical mind, and she also made it clear that she's not so good with math.
Generally, lawyers are good at maths. They know how to charge. Carry on.
I was going to say Dian and Andrea on the same boat. However, Jonathan and I are pretty much comfortable with mathematics and charts, so it was pretty simple.
I would say you made the right choices in selecting the right people. Andrea, do you think with Nazrul's experience he managed this project well?
I think the roles were definitely correctly allocated, but that was more because each of us fell into those roles and we stepped up to the plate.
So, answer my question, do you think Nazrul managed the project well?
No.
Why not?
I'm not so sure I saw as much leadership from Nash as I would have liked.
John, you concur?
I felt he could have been more decisive in certain matters. I felt that at certain times of the day, I was the one making the call instead.
Okay.
Understood.
What do you think?
Based on what they said, I would have agreed as well.
What was your strategy?
So the strategy was...
Were you more conservative, more aggressive?
We were really wanting to be conservative. So based on what that recommendation was to go into gold and silver immediately.
Yes, but we only made 1 position, sir, per commodity.
Per commodity.
One position. We felt we had
Super
to...
conservative.
There's a level of learning curve happening at that time. So you don't want to use the positions as a cost for your learning curve, such that if the trend starts to rise, then that's when you want to go and become more aggressive.
You don't want to lose money while you're learning.
Yes.
I got to say I like that strategy.
Definitely.
Jonathan, I think you were quite heavily involved in this. It's very interesting. They're 2 quite different strategies. Mark, how did the Mavericks do?
Okay, so this is what the experts had to say. They had a fairly conservative strategy combined with good logic. Team Mavericks, out of an opening position, a virtual 20,000 US dollars, you have ended up with 16,372 US dollars and made a loss of 3,628 US dollars.
Okay, by the way, I don't like losses.
Yes.
Okay.
Well understood.
Kat, how did Team Apex do?
Based on the experts, Team Apex started off with aggressive strategy, but they showed some real improvement in the second half of the training session and displayed a level of maturity and understanding in a challenge. At the end of the task, you ended up with 12,241 US dollars with a loss of $7,759.
Okay, in the end, both teams made losses. Not good. Not good at all. Team Mavericks, your sound risk management saved you and you won the task. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
As your reward, you'll get to have dinner at the exclusive Japanese restaurant, Fukuya, with Mr. Tama Sabo, Asia Pacific head for IG Markets, and my good self.
Nice.
Tony Fernandez. You may now leave the boardroom. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Team Apex, despite the 2 new members, you lost a game. which is disappointing. All of you will have to remain in the boardroom as one of you will be fired. Team Apex, I kind of reshuffled the teams hoping that, you'd come back with a win, but unfortunately you lost again. What do you think happened?
I think what really happened is, number one, the team did not follow our advice. The advice was very clear. Out of the portfolio of 9, if there was market research to back it up, plus if there was a technical charts proving it, then make the trade. Looks like the team went with all the 9.
They just followed the market research, so they didn't follow your strategy.
That is correct.
Correct. Selena, do you agree with Sam?
Absolutely, sir.
So you put the blame firmly on the traders.
I have to completely disagree with that. Obviously, the strategy is very clear. Whenever it didn't match, we did not make the trade. We watched until it matches, then we make the trade. During the video call, we did not receive any updates on the information, and hence we can only work with what information that we have.
So rubbish information.
If you want to put it that way.
Absolutely not, sir. I think they did not follow our advice. They went with the flow, which truly at every high and dip, you don't have to necessarily react if you have a positive knowledge about stop losses and other mechanisms. So you don't have to necessarily
Do you
react.
think they traded too much?
I think so. I think so.
Right? They did not hold the positions long enough?
Yes. By the time you do the calculations, 3 to 5 minutes, and then the market was changing. So I could see that dynamic happening so fast, and they were reacting to every dip.
They're laughing at you.
Completely. Yeah, no, because I mean, saying that it took us 5 minutes, not at all. It took us literally, I'll say, like 20 seconds.
Okay, sounds messy. Selena, who would you have blamed for being in here and not having dinner with me?
At one point, Alex made complete sense of what he was talking about. Whereas you had Nick, who made a huge mistake on our final calculations on the day of what was going to be left.
It's not a mistake because what I wrote in the Excel sheet is basically the information that we got from the deal ticket.
So, was it a mistake or not a mistake?
It was not.
Alex?
To be fair, there was a calculation mistake, and at some point...
So it was a mistake?
Yeah, it was.
Right. Sam, it really, if you were on the trading team, I think it would have made a difference. Why were you not on the trading team?
My only comfort in the recommendation was that Nick had financial background.
A financial background and no trading experience means nothing as well.
That is correct. But to be honest, I also don't have proper trading experience.
You sound the most knowledgeable of everyone on this table, to be honest. Alexis, do you agree with the decision Sam made at the end of the night?
We agreed with 2 of the 3 decisions that he made.
Of those 3, did 2 pull you back up a bit?
Yeah. Yeah. Those 2 positions that made us profit, we raised to him saying we should invest in those 2 as well. And he agreed.
Well, that was our priority all along.
They keep saying that they're doing it and you're not doing it. You're saying you're doing it and they're not doing it.
We came in and we changed the whole mood of the room.
I got a sense that is true.
No, it's different, sir.
No?
Yeah. We have been sticking to our plan, which is market data plus technical data.
And Sam, let me just finish. By the way.
Sam, just let her finish.
Brought it down by 9,000.
Let her finish, please.
Yeah.
Just let her finish.
And at the end of the day, he went completely the other way around for the crude oil. Because from our perspective on the technical data, the crude oil was not doing great.
And they were telling us, all right, this is how we need to do it. And we were showing them, look, the chart is going completely the opposite direction.
But Sam was confident enough, based on the market research itself, to make the call on the oil.
Who's telling the truth?
I think at the end of the day, you said earlier, it boils down to the trader to make calls as well. Because if you listen to the Maverick, they knew when to pull off, when to cut the losses. I feel that they were too methodical to stick to what the research was given.
The sense I got was at some point they were really intoxicated by what they learned and they became really bookish at that point. So it just went into, we were taught this, we got
paralysis by analysis.
Right.
You thought?
That's correct.
They didn't feel the market.
That's correct. That's correct.
You should have been there without sounding like a broken record. Okay, I've heard enough. Sam, who are the 2 that you're going to bring back to the boardroom?
I'll bring Alex and Nick back to the boardroom.
Okay, I think that's the right choice. Selena, you're safe for this week. You can leave. You can go out, the 3 of you, while I deliberate with my advisors, and I shall call you back where one of you will be fired.
All right, sir.
really screwed up. I think really where they picked the wrong people for the wrong jobs.
If it's all about the trade, the project manager should have made sure he was looking after that bit.
I think the trading team should take responsibility for this task.
Definitely the trading team was at fault, but Sam was the project manager. Hello, can you please send the 3 candidates in?
Yes, Mr. Fernandez. You may enter the boardroom now. Mr. Fernandez is ready for you.
This is about being my apprentice, and I want to know what you really feel. There's lots of inconsistencies in all that you're saying. Alexis,
yes.
I want to know who you think really has caused you to be back in this room.
Sam, I think he appointed the wrong person to the wrong positions. I think like Sam should have been with us and not put Nick and myself, both of us together.
Can I ask a question to my colleagues, please?
Absolutely.
So I don't want to judge anyone based on calculation error. So the question is, in the Mavericks, it was very clear that Jonathan was calling the shots. While we were away, who was calling the shots? Who was taking the decisions?
I really felt that, like we all the time communicated very well between Nick and myself to, make sure that we both agreed because we both had the training as well.
But finally, who took the ultimate decision?
We took it together, we literally took it together.
How can you take it together?
You don't both press the buttons together.
Yeah. Okay, if I were to answer to that, obviously Alexis was pushing the button, but whenever he wanted to make a decision, he will try to get an agreement with me as well.
I'm not too sure if that particular calculation error that Nick made was really a downfall, because at the end of the day, we made a profit. From the two, when I entered the room, from a bookishness perspective, we were asked to do this, I would think Alex was more bookish. He was more aggressive. No, this is what we're taught. This is what we've been taught.
Alexis, if I was to say that, in my opinion, the trading was at fault, of the two of you, I want to know who was more responsible for those losses.
Nick unfortunately made a calculation error, and that would have resulted in our account being frozen out. So we would have pretty much had even greater losses.
Nick?
Yeah, aside from that point, throughout the whole day, Alexis came out with the number of contracts that we're going to go, and when I make the calculations whether we can afford it or not, then basically the final call was made by Alexis.
So just to summarize, you feel Nick was more at fault with the calculation, some of the decisions he took, and you think you did an okay job, and overall Alexis could have done more. This task is completely screwed up. I want to know why you want to be my apprentice and why I shouldn't fire you.
Well, sir, you shouldn't fire me because, first of all, in every single task I've been, pointed out by my project manager as the, the strongest person in the team. Not today, yeah, of course. I led the team to win last week. But more importantly, what is very important for you to know is I came here for only one reason, is to be your apprentice. I didn't come here for any other reason.
What will you do if I fire you? How will you feel?
Sir, you can't fire me, sir. I'm here, I really believe I'm one of the top prospects here, and I really want to, to have the chance to prove it to you that, I will be the apprentice. And I'm convinced on this, and I will not give up until, you tell me, Alex, you're fired.
Sam, why shouldn't I fire you?
Sir, I will add value to you. You will get a fully finished product, a person who you can trust.
You think that?
That is correct.
A couple of tasks you've led, you've lost.
But I've always come back, sir. Just because I've lost, I'm not going to get into superstition. I'm not going to self-defeat myself and say that, you're bad because you lost 2 games. I mean, life is a long race. So if another chance is there, I will still be project manager.
Nick, you've heard the two.
You shouldn't fire me, sir, definitely, because I'm here, same as everyone, for one reason. I've put everything behind, my personal life, my career, everything behind, because I'm so ready to take on this process and learn as much as I can. I know there will be a lot of people like themselves with more experience, but I'm not intimidated by that because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can offer, and that's why I'm here. I want to prove to you what I can offer.
What can you offer me as my apprentice?
I'm a very fast learner. I absorb things. And whatever comments that you give me, I can learn. It won't happen again. That would be just one mistake I made.
Okay, let me tell you what I'm looking for. I want someone who can stand up to me and say, Tony, you're going down the wrong path. To be my eyes and ears, to be someone that I can talk to and get advice and say, what do you think? I want a team player. I want strong communicative skills. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for. Sam, I think you did a good job with your market research. Great knowledge. You fought very hard to recover your team's losses. Having said that, if you're going to stick your hand up and be project manager, make the right choices. And you screwed up on that aspect, big time. Alexis, I like your passion. I like it when you win. You show a lot of emotion. You like winning. You hate losing. You hate being in this position. I think you know from the beginning that Sam should have been in the trading room. Nick, you made a mistake of going to the trading team. It wasn't you. Because you think you would have been a calmer person than Sam, and you felt more confident in your own ability. Between Alexis and yourself, I think you should have been the boss. I think there was too much hand-holding. It's not easy, but one of you have to go. And on the basis of all that I've said, Nick, you're fired.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
You two narrowly avoided being fired. But let this be your last loss. You've lost too many times. You can leave now. I shall see you at the next task.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Not easy to do, but I firmly believe I had to go with who I thought would be the better apprentice, and Nick was the weakest of the three.
It is a tough competition. I mean, it's sad to leave now, especially it's too soon for me. One thing I will definitely bring home is definitely to step up for myself. And now that I know I'm actually capable of doing something good, and I just need to own it and just to show it to people. And, you know, it's okay to talk sometimes, not just to do things.
Next time on The Apprentice Asia.
For your next task, you will be managing this 5-star hotel for a day.
The teams manage the Hilton Kuala Lumpur for a day.
Good evening, this is the reception. Selena speaking.
And quickly discover the price of 5-star luxury
Nash, wait!
is 5-star stress.
Sam, 3 minutes, man.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Who will keep calm amidst the chaos?
There's no excuse.
And who will check out of the competition for good?
Disaster, disaster, disaster.